The Indian government has intensified its security response following the Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 civilians. A series of high-level meetings and military exercises are currently underway as tensions brew. In a flurry of high-level meetings, Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh met Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. This comes a day after the Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi held an hour-long meeting with the Prime Minister at his residence. Earlier, the Prime Minister chaired a crucial security meeting attended by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, CDS General Anil Chauhan, all three service chiefs and NSA Ajit Doval. A meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security was also held a day after the terror attack. The government has vowed to deliver a crushing blow to terrorism, giving complete operational freedom to the armed forces. The Indian Air Force conducted a major fly-past and landing drill on the Ganga Expressway in Uttar Pradesh on Friday. Fighter jets such as Rafale, MiG-29, Mirage 2000 and others practiced landings at India's first ever night landing strip built on the Ganga Expressway in Uttar Pradesh. The 3.5-kilometer long airstrip is capable of both day and nighttime landings of Air Force jets. It allows round-the-clock military operations, assessing the expressway's viability as an alternative runway during emergencies. Previously, similar exercises on the Lucknow-Agra expressways occurred only during daylight. As India prepares for a possible response, Pakistan has shifted air radar and military installations closer to the border. The Indian Navy has begun live firing drills in the Arabian Sea from the 3rd to the 7th of May to test combat readiness and equipment. Warships are on high alert across the exclusive economic zone, with multiple anti-ship and anti-aircraft firings recently conducted. The Navy issued 4 green notifications for live fire off the Gujarat coast, just 85 nautical miles from Pakistan's ongoing naval drills. Indian Coast Guard vessels have been deployed in forward areas near the international maritime boundary. Commercial ships in the region have been advised to exercise caution. And joining us on the phone is our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhant Sibol. Sidhant, do we have any communique from the Prime Minister's office when these meetings are completed? Because we had two important meetings. We had a meeting with the IAF and we had a meeting with also several chiefs in different departments.
Well, the Indian Navy chief met the Indian Prime Minister yesterday. The Air Force chief met earlier today. There are usually no statements regarding such meetings, but this is part of the preparedness since the situation remains volatile, especially at the line of control, with Pakistan violating the line of control on a daily basis since the Pahalgam terror attack. But we know that the Indian Armed Forces, the military, is prepared for any eventuality or misadventure by the Pakistani side. We also know that the Pakistani side has been repeatedly provocating India, whether it is by testing their surface missile yesterday, or whether it is by the comments by the Pakistani ambassador to Russia, where he used the nuclear threat as well, saying that full spectrum from conventional to nuclear is on the table. But all in all, the focus remains from the Indian side is to make sure that diplomatically action can be taken, which has been taken in terms of cutting the diplomatic relationship, in fact, downgrading the diplomatic missions, also closing the Wagah-Tari border, also declaring the Pakistani military diplomats persona non grata, also annulling the post as well. We have seen trade ties being suspended, postal ties being suspended, the shipping relationship being suspended. So India's action has been measured, and there is a reaction, of course. But the Pakistani side is, it looks like, taking the region to much more devastating consequences.
There's various people who say that the Ganga Expressway exercise is a normal occurrence for the Navy and also the military in India. But why is it significant? Why is it significant at this moment?
Of course, it is significant. It shows that how India is prepared for any eventuality. But when it comes to India's side, this is normal in terms of these plannings. In fact, we saw also how there was a testing from the Indian side, but this is something that was a scheduled testing, including, of course, the visit of the INS Vikrant in the Arabian Sea, because it happens with the due diligence and it requires a lot of pre-planning as well. But all in all, for India, the focus remains when it comes to the perpetrators of the terror attack in Pahalgam, which are, of course, clearly the Pakistani nationals. And also, of course, the focus remains as to how India can make sure that there is no repetition in terms of the terror attack by the Pakistanis. All in all, the focus we will see in next few days being on how India is prepared for any misadventures by the Pakistani side.
With that is our assistant editor for foreign affairs, Sidhan Sibor.